Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, and this is Sliced, the impact of green bonds on climate finance. Green bonds stand out as a particularly effective solution when we consider the climate finance tools available to protect nature and finance eco-friendly projects. Last year, we explored this topic in depth on our Untangling Climate Finance podcast, where we spoke with Sean Kidney, the CEO of the Climate Bonds Initiative, or CBI. His insights highlighted green bonds' significant role in the global economic system and the advancement of sustainability. We encourage anyone interested in green bonds to give it a listen. Green bonds enable the funding of projects aimed at environmental preservation and climate resilience. Essentially, they are fixed income securities where the proceeds are exclusively applied to projects that provide clear environmental benefits. They fund a wide array of projects across sectors important to building a sustainable future, such as renewable energy, energy efficiency, clean transportation, water management, pollution control, biodiversity conservation, agriculture, and green buildings. Green bonds offer investors a unique opportunity to support environmental initiatives while potentially enjoying financial returns. Generally, green bonds are rigorously structured around some key components that include the use of proceeds, project evaluation and selection, the management of proceeds, and regular reporting. To achieve this, many green bonds follow the Climate Bonds Standard from CBI. The Climate Bonds Standard labels entities, assets, and debt instruments that meet strict scientific criteria to certify they align with the Paris Agreement's 1.5 degrees Celsius warming limit. Globally, bond issuers, governments, and investors use this scheme to prioritize investments that actually address climate change. Aside from CBI's standard, other green bonds adhere to the green bond principles set by the International Capital Market Association to help make sure they remain credible tools for sustainable financing. Since its inception in 2007, the green bond market has experienced explosive growth. In 2023, sustainable bond issuance surpassed the $1 trillion mark, driven by record green bond sales, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Although 2023 was not a record year, that title goes to 2021 with $1.1 trillion in issuances. It did set a new high for green bond sales by corporations and governments, which totaled $575 billion. So far in 2024, $460 billion in green bonds have been issued, according to CBI. The largest green bond sale in the first half of the year was from the Italian government, issuing 9 billion euros in May. Italy plans to use the funds to finance public expenditures aimed at achieving environmental goals under the EU Sustainable Finance Taxonomy, with a specific focus on climate change mitigation and adaptation, the sustainable use and protection of water and marine resources, the transition to a circular economy, pollution prevention and control, and the protection and restoration of biodiversity and ecosystems. Earlier this year, Japan debuted its Green Transition Bond with 3 transactions totaling over $12 billion, which is part of a plan to increase issuance over the next decade. The proceeds will fund the Green Transformation Program, with 55.5% of it allocated to research and development of renewable energy technologies, hydrogen use in steelmaking, and other climate technologies, and 44.5% of it directed towards subsidies for electricity storage, battery manufacturing, energy efficiency in buildings, and other low-carbon initiatives. Other major green bond issuers, including France, Germany, Australia, Canada, and the UK, have collectively contributed over $140 billion in green bonds from January to June of this year, making government bonds the leading sector in green bond issuance during this period. All of this signals continued expansion as investors increasingly align their financial goals with environmental values. The future of green bonds appears to be greening. As the world continues to face the challenges of climate change, and governments and corporations deepen their commitment to addressing these challenges, green bonds are in a position to play a role in climate finance and mobilizing the capital needed to protect and improve our relationship with nature.